This online seminar is part of RiponPrinters' Graphic Arts Connection, which brings print professionals together in an educational environment where they can explore the latest technologies, concepts, and trends impacting our businesses. The program's goal is to help you get your multi-channel materials to market faster and more cost-efficiently, improving the performance of your campaigns while also being environmentally responsible. Our commitment is reflected in part by our sponsorship of today's presentation. We have a lot to present in the next half hour, but when we're finished, I'm confident you'll consider the time well spent. One thing to note is at the end of today's presentation, there will be a short survey that we hope you'll take the time to complete. This will help us plan for future events like the one today. Also, today's presentation is being recorded and will be available on our website later this week. Joining me in our dual presentation is Larry Bauer. Larry is owner of Bauer Associates, a Chicago-based marketing and creative consultancy focusing on the B2B sector. He has an extensive and accomplished background in developing and executing marketing plans, and his campaigns are the recipient of more than 20 marketing awards. He's also the author of the Print Strategist blog and founder of the LinkedIn group of the same name. Larry and I worked together in preparing the content for today's presentation, and we're eager to share our findings with you. There will be a Q&A session following the presentation. With that being said, I'm going to let Larry get us started. So, Larry, here you go.
Thank you, Carol. It's nice to be with everyone this afternoon. Our first idea, waterproof paper, really isn't too difficult from your standpoint because there's not too much you need to do differently except perhaps allow a little bit more ordering time because these papers aren't generally going to be on the floor of a printer. But one way to increase revenue and please clients is to extend the life of printed products. Waterproof paper is much more cost-effective than laminating and is versatile enough for many applications, including catalog covers, labels, signage, menus, and just about anything else you can name that needs some durability. Besides being waterproof, these papers are also tear-resistant, and they're able to withstand temperature variations and are impervious to grease, solvent, and other chemicals. They're available in a variety of weight sizes and colors, and like ordinary paper, you can also drill or cut them with no problems whatsoever. Now, when you are using a paper like this, you might want to give some consideration to the environmental impact. Synthetic waterproof paper such as Revlar, which Ripon happened to use in a recent postcard mailing you might have received, fall under the category of number 7 plastics. These can be disposed of under local guidelines, but the guidelines vary quite a bit. So the main environmental benefit would be the idea of having the print last longer, which is actually really the first rule of sustainability anyway. On the other hand, we've also found a Tacoma, Washington produced paper called Write in the Rain, and that's R-I-T-E, that makes a water-resistant paper that is printable and also allows you to write on the surface when it's wet. So you can use these kinds of papers for anything from blueprints that might be at a work site to a fisherman's journal, outdoor event posters, or anything else where weather is an issue. And the nice thing about them is that the cover papers are actually partially made with recycled garbage, and any paper fiber all comes from FSC certified sources. They're completely recyclable as standard paper, unlike other synthetic or poly-coated papers.
Go metallic. Until now, four-color printing incorporating metallic inks or metallic substrates was expensive and unpredictable, particularly if more than one metallic color was required. But the process metallic color system has changed all this. Now, with only 5 inks, a single print run can consistently and predictably produce as many as 250 different metallic colors at a fraction of the previous cost. The color logic system enables graphic designers to create a single metallic design that can be executed using offset lithography, flexography, inkjet, and digital processes. As a result, brand managers can develop effective, consistent cross-media programs, including collateral, literature, packaging, labels, banners, and other materials, all with striking and dramatic metallic effects. From a design standpoint, you can create metallic pieces in 3 easy steps. First, install your ColorLogic metallic design software. This costs around $160. Second, choose your metallic colors using the color chart provided by a licensed or certified color logic printer such as RiponPrinters. Third, create metallic designs using your usual design software. The printed results are really stunning and will make your print stand out, whether it's a catalog in a stack of mail or a label competing with hundreds of products on a shelf.
Our next idea, talking ads, is really pretty cool, although there is some complexity to it. And if you don't get the Times of India newspaper, you probably missed the groundbreaking talking ad that Volkswagen created. The company wanted to increase its brand awareness in India's fast-growing automotive market, and what better way than with a full-page ad that speaks for itself, literally. As a young brand in India, Volkswagen felt the key to recall was to employ innovation. They chose print to break through all the electronic clutter. Nice twist. The audio magic lies in the small speaker that self-activates when you open the last page of the newspaper. The audio clip goes on to play in an endless loop till you close the paper. The unique talking ad accomplished Volkswagen's goal while becoming the buzz of social media circles. And you can see this on video if you go on the internet, and I'd recommend it. The technology has also been used in magazine editorial to make featured individuals talk for themselves. For example, I saw an editorial section that featured world leaders, and then in addition to the print content, each leader spoke through this audio.
Idea number 4, magnetic promotions. Keeping in front of your target audience is a challenge, but also a revenue builder when you are able to achieve it. Think of a simple refrigerator magnet. The average person visits the refrigerator over 10 times per day. Can you imagine having your marketing message get that kind of exposure for one low cost? It is possible. In 1 year, the average family of 4 can be exposed to your logo and marketing message over 14,000 times. In short, promotional magnetic items are a proven way to buy some long-lasting real estate through applications such as direct mail, business cards, calendars, sports schedules, coupons, menus, and many other items that will keep you on top of mind of your customers. The even better news is that RiponPrinters can provide magnetic printing services in-house on our offset equipment. Now we can print your magnetized promotions and other printed materials, plus handle the fulfillment and distribution.
Well, I'm tempted to say our next idea here represents the sweet smell of success. University studies suggest that a pleasant scent causes people to spend more time viewing a brand, increasing both recall and recognition. They're applied in line during the printing process, and they're relatively low cost or more than offset by increased response. These varnishes are transparent and non-obtrusive. The scent remains dormant until rubbed and lasts for years in printed form. Rub and smell printable scents are great for catalogs, direct mail, coupons, inserts, and any place else that would be suitable to use a scent. You have the option of supplying your own fragrance oils, or you can use stock oils that RiponPrinters has access to. Most importantly, you can channel positive emotions into sales.
Some of you are probably familiar with or heard of our digital editions. Your customers expect you to have anytime, anywhere access to your content. You miss revenue opportunities by making your content available in only one channel. Digital editions provide browser-based, network-friendly digital editions that make your print version instantly available online. They feature page-flipping capabilities just like the printed product, as well as high-quality graphics. Optimized for mobile, digital editions also makes your content available through the fastest-growing channel. You can also take advantage of options to add links and searchability to your catalog or publication. And the really good news is RiponPrinters offers a free basic version for all of our customers who produce their print projects with us.
Our next idea, pop-up ad inserts, really are neat. I mean, they're true page stoppers if you've ever seen them. One of the best examples I've seen was the city of Denver wanted to ensure that travel and event planners knew that the city was introducing a new rapid transit rail to carry riders directly from Denver International Airport to the Mile High City. So to begin promoting their new Fast Tracks rapid transit system as one of 7 reasons to choose Denver for meetings, the city used pop-up print technology for an insert that ran in One Plus magazine, which is aimed at the global meeting and events community. The 4-page insert was tipped onto a blank-bound card that served as the carrier, and then they ran a different idea as a pop-up insert in each of the subsequent issues.
Promote your brand and increase the visibility of your catalog or directory with inexpensive thumb edge imaging. No matter which way your book is placed on the shelf or whether it's laying on a desk or table, your name or company name will virtually never be out of sight. Ripon can apply thumb edge imaging during the perfect binding line that could include your company logo, your company name, or whatever message is appropriate for your marketing program. The standard colors are red or black, but other colors and fonts are available. The process works best for books with a minimum of a ½ inch thickness.
News notes create powerful must-read messages that are repositionable for an extended life. They're really great for a wide range of marketing uses, from traffic builders to redeemable offers and event promotions. How much do they help? Well, think about these statistics. They're pretty impressive. Studies show that news notes can increase readership by 78%, nice number, recognition by 39%, and the all-important response rates by 45%. You can also choose from a broad range of product types. You can select gloss, white, or yellow stock, specify any PMS color in the book, and benefit from round-cornered labels versus square notes, which tend to get more dog-eared. These are also products you can purchase and have applied right here at RiponPrinters, and they have a method to avoid dog ears and bent corners as well by using dual adhesive strips.
Digital storefront. Now you can deliver demand-based fulfillment of both static and variable data print, as well as supplemental materials such as DVDs, sales premiums. You can use your storefront to support your outside sales force, distributor networks, agents, retail outlets, and other channel partners. A storefront allows you to reduce costs and streamline the fulfillment process while preserving your brand integrity. You have the ability to manage content usage, control the approval process, reduce obsolescence and inventory costs, provide more personalization options, and improve your accuracy and efficiency.
Well, mobile barcodes are definitely the talk of the marketing community, and with good reason, really. This temporary tattoo that links viewers to the person's Facebook profile might be going a bit far for some, but there is no doubt that mobile barcodes are absolutely fiery hot. That's because these two-dimensional barcodes allow instant access to mobile sites simply by using a smartphone camera that scans the barcode. In general, the younger your target audience trends, the better the case for including mobile barcodes. For example, younger mobile phone users in the 18 to 24 age category tend to access the Internet from their phones at a much higher rate than older groups. But smartphones use is growing significantly across all age groups, as I'm sure you know, so don't think you shouldn't include a mobile barcode just because you're not serving the youth market. In truth, mobile barcodes are being applied to just about everything. Business cards, catalog products, magazine ads, movie posters, book covers, billboards, museum exhibits, you name it, they're getting a mobile barcode.
Idea 12, get multicultural. Not only are many companies doing business around the globe, but the domestic marketplace has become increasingly multicultural. So marketing to specific cultures just makes good business sense. But it is so much more than taking an advertising piece and translating it into a specific culture's language. To reach a culture with advertising that gets results, you must understand the culture you're attracting and integrate your product's concept into their belief and value systems. Marketers also need to use caution and not degrade a specific culture by assuming the culture's values. In truth, developing a clear-cut marketing strategy for a specific cultural club group may not be clear-cut at all. For example, within the Hispanic market, the cultures are diverse. You can't market to Brazilians in Mexican-American campaign. You also can't market to everyone within a culture in the same way. For example, some Mexican-Americans cannot speak English and need advertising in Spanish, while some Hispanics can speak English very well and prefer English messages. So it pays to do your homework before venturing into multicultural, but the ROI on that investment can be significant. And it's worth noting that printing can be an effective way to reach ethnic groups. Many receive less mail than the average American household and are often direct mail responsive. Plus, variable data print enables you to create true one-to-one marketing pieces.
Going green is really a twofer because you get a couple benefits. And that really good news is that by making your print more environmentally responsible, many of those steps that you take will actually streamline the production process and save you quite a bit of money. For example, even the relatively easy and inexpensive step of list hygiene reduces the number of catalogs or publications you produce and the postage to mail them, while it also gets the pieces through the mail stream more quickly. If you can add in some better targeting, your costs decrease even more, and your response rates go up. But a common error is to isolate individual steps when you're trying to green your print materials. A single step might begin your journey, but unless you map out a start-to-finish plan, you'll never reach your intended destination. In fact, random steps can send you traveling more in circles. So start with a commitment to building a roadmap that connects each step in a sound environmental way. Never forget, it's the whole supply chain that matters. If you'd like Ripon's latest tips book on sustainability to help get you off to a good start, I'm sure they would be delighted to send you one.
Absolutely. Including a sample. This is really easy to do. You can do it in a direct mailing. You have the opportunity to get really creative. Most people are familiar with samples of consumer products in the mail, like a tea bag or a new lotion or a free diaper. But you can send nearly anything via mail. For example, roofing suppliers have been known to send roof tiles via direct mail or polybagged with a catalog or publication. Even in today's integrated marketing world, product sampling can often work on its own to convert a targeted group of consumers. If the trial experience is strong and consumers are convinced to purchase the brand, no further spending is necessary to win with that target. And by making the package bulky, you increase the likelihood of being opened, which leads us to our next idea.
Well, we're reaching the halfway mark with one of my favorites, dimensional mailings. And what you see pictured there is actually an award-winning program for RiponPrinters. I think we'd all agree that one of the really big challenges in moving up the prospect food chain is getting marketing materials past the administrative assistant gatekeepers. The odds of a postcard or self-mailer making the cut at that level are really pretty slim. An electronic alternative such as email are almost unthinkable unless you really have a pre-existing personal relationship. What you need is a package that looks personal and stands out from everything else that hits an executive's desk or tries to. A box, a tube, or other dimensional package that comes personally addressed to the executive, along with a really good headline, is very likely going to get open. Human curiosity gets the best of us, even executives, and no matter what position we hold, we tend to respond that way. Everyone likes something that seems like a present. Most of dimensional packages are used in B2B environments, but consumer companies with higher ticket products are also obvious candidates. Manufacturers of luxury automobiles and other premium products can afford to spend more on customer acquisition, and they have smaller target audiences. And although it might sound contradictory, slow economies are ideal for dimensional mailings. First, they force marketers to do the all-important database work and the lead follow-up. Dimensional mailers also help companies stand out even more as their competitors cut back on marketing expenditures. And dimensional mailers tend to have a much higher ROI than conventional direct mail and other marketing efforts.
Marketers often wonder if offering a free trial actually works. But as one industry expert put it, the bigger question may be, if they don't work, why are so many companies still using them? His answer is that they use them because they do, in fact, work. Consumers are more likely to buy from a company that they have an experience with. This means once you break the ice with a new customer, it's easier to sell to them. Free trial strategies are a great way to break the ice. If consumers have a positive experience with you, they will be much more likely to buy your product or services again. Of course, free trials need to have some limits. You don't need to or want to give away the farm. If you sell products and can offer a trial-sized version of the product, many authorities believe you should consider doing so. Just make sure you're confident that the free period will be sufficient for the consumer to achieve desired results. Another way to reduce risk is to offer a no-questions-asked product guarantee, or otherwise strengthen the one you already have. Being assured of quality is extremely important in today's economy. Your free trial must compel a consumer to buy again. If the product is a slow-acting product and the free period will not be sufficient for them to see results, the free trial will be ineffective. Keep this in mind if you consider offering one.
Our next idea is really a great example that sometimes we forget the simple things, but colored envelopes can raise your response rates. Getting your envelope package opened is the key challenge, and colored envelopes can help you get the job done. Just be certain the color matches your offer and your image, and that your address type color has sufficient contrast to the color of the envelope. Other envelope variations can also be effective, including interesting textures, full view envelopes, which I really like a lot, and unique sizes. Just be certain you're aware of any postage implications if you're using a non-standard size, because it can get expensive really fast.
This is one of my favorites. The combination of downloadable print markers and webcams now present opportunities for using augmented reality for virtual shopping experiences and product demonstrations. For example, Fashionista creates a virtual dressing room where visitors can try on hundreds of dresses. First, they download, and by downloading and printing a print marker from the site, they hold it in front of the webcam. Then the shopper can put dresses on to the live video of themselves. Getting a second opinion is also easy. Women can take a picture of herself from the site in her favorite dress and share it with her friends on Facebook, or email them for feedback. You can watch the demo video for this on YouTube, and it is Tobii, T-O-B-I, Virtual Dressing Room.
Our next idea, list refinement of prospect lists, is really important and something I often see done poorly, to be frank. According to the Direct Marketing Association, last year mailings of letter-sized envelopes achieved a response rate of 3.42% for a list produced by a mailing house, and only 1.38% for a company's internal prospect list. Now note, I said prospect, not customer list. But still, you'd think it might be just the opposite, right? The reason for the results is that companies often fail to refine their prospect mailing lists. There are lots of things even smaller companies can do to strengthen those lists. For example, you can ask your sales force to provide up-to-date customer and prospect information, sometimes a tough task, I know. They can add details of new customers and prospects to the mailing list. You can reduce waste by removing out-of-date contact information, and you can search websites, magazines, and newspapers to identify new prospective customers. Also, include a response mechanism in all your marketing and communications. You can also use outside sources to enhance your data with demographic and psychographic information, and that's not that expensive, and it really will lift your response rates.
Telemarketing. Following up on a mailing with a telephone call can definitely increase response rates. According to direct marketing agency Person-to-Person Direct, marketers should use direct mail for the easy sales and include telemarketing for the harder ones. You should integrate direct mail with other marketing activities as well. Use the same creative theme on all your marketing communications, such as RiponPrinters does, to reinforce the message and effectiveness of the direct mail campaign.
Marketing gifts, also known, of course, as premiums and incentives. Premiums are known to boost open rates, response, cash with order, and other kinds of positive consumer behavior. And since the only reason to have a premium in the first place is to generate more orders, our advice is to not make the prospect work too hard to find it. Get your free gift offer on the outside portion of the mailer. If you're new to marketing gifts, keep in mind that the best performing gifts will be useful as well as attractive. Those are the ones that will keep your business, brand, and marketing message in front of the user year-round. The gift should also cost a reasonable price. You don't want to make it seem like a bribe, and be customized easily with your name and logo. Marketing gifts should also match your company's specialty if at all possible. For example, if you publish cookbooks, an apron with your logo on it, or a cookbook stand, a wooden spoon, a dish towel, or a calendar with recipes, and your corporate website information would all be good marketing gifts. And if you're a nonprofit, you likely already know that some donors are especially responsive to marketing gifts. If you're not already designating donors within your database who are gift responsive, begin doing so today.
Personalization 2.0. How do you break through the thousands of messages per day? According to a CMO Council study, 56% of marketers believe personalized communications outperform traditional mass market delivery. Yet many marketers are still under-leveraging and underutilizing their data. As a result, they are unable to realize the full potential of personalization tools, services, and solutions. Keep in mind that personalization at every level counts, but higher levels of personalization definitely improve your results. A study by research and marketing consulting firm Interquest reported that highly customized direct mail campaigns utilizing color and variable data produced response rates 5.6 times higher than a basic mail merge campaign. Those findings help inspire more marketers to adapt the variable data model, which is further enabled by today's 4-color digital printing advancement that allows the personalization of text and graphics for each piece in a print campaign. Although unit costs are higher than for higher volume static printing, the return on investment from more targeted customized messaging is far greater than traditional approaches. If this all seems a little daunting to you, we suggest that you start by keeping the personalization simple and develop a plan to work your way up. You can use online surveys or append socioeconomic data, population clusters, and other information available at relatively low cost through outside sources.
Data consolidation is another area that's really very important and an area that I rarely see done well, and its size of company doesn't seem to be a factor. But data obviously provides the foundation for database marketing. Simply put, everything begins and ends with the customer information you have, and if it is actionable. The more complete, accurate, up-to-date, and accessible the data is, the better the outcome of your marketing programs. Unfortunately, many companies have their data in silos, which tends to prevent them from getting a complete picture of the customer and then being able to use that data to advance the customer relationship. In other databases, even seemingly basic practices like address accuracy and data standardization are lacking. But a consolidated marketing database with all customer contact information, demographics, product purchases, service calls, web traffic, campaign history, response rates, and any other customer point of contact details is now a necessity. It's really not a luxury. Still, there is often a tendency for marketers to focus on execution while neglecting the quality and completeness of their data. Consolidating your customer information from various departmental silos and performing essential data hygiene processes can really provide big revenue dividends to your marketing program.
Idea 24 is one of my favorites, PURLs, or personal URLs. They connect recipients of a direct mail piece to a personal landing page where they can typically receive an incentive for their effort. These work best when you provide offers at the personal landing page that go beyond the original promise, such as an opt-in newsletter or club membership, free shipping, or even a deeper discount. Besides the personalization effect that tends to increase response, the big benefit of PURLs is that they provide a reliable method for tracking direct mail recipients who went online as a result of the promotion, whether or not they took advantage of the offer. RiponPrinters can provide the services necessary to conduct your PURL campaign.
Well, you can't read an article about marketing today without the word metrics coming up, usually many times, and with good reason. Marketing is all about metrics today, and particularly one metric, marketing ROI. As a print CEO article pointed out, improving marketing ROI is now a key issue for both marketing executives and their service providers. There are increasingly high expectations that marketing organizations apply their limited budget dollars to achieve the maximum return. That presents an even more compelling case for focusing on campaign metrics. But wanting better marketing ROI and achieving it are two different things, I think, as most of us know. To reach their objectives, many successful organizations now forge strong collaborative relationships between their internal staff and external database marketing providers, who can help them generate the metrics they need to refine their campaigns and increase their marketing ROI.
Insert media. Postage hikes generally bring more attention to insert media because of their comparatively low distribution costs. The current environment is no exception. Insert media is low cost because they employ distribution channels that are already in place, so participants get the ride-along benefit while also reaching a targeted audience. Described in the Winterberry Group study as below-the-line media, this category includes a wide range of targeted print and electronic alternatives that are projected to grow at considerably higher rates over the next few years compared to their mass media counterparts. Print-based insert media, including catalog blow-ins, billing statements, coupon packs, and packaging inserts. And since insert media fly beneath the radar, many marketers like their stealth aspect for testing products and offers, selling overstock merchandise, and inexpensive prospecting, while also going virtually unnoticed by their competitors.
Building on our last idea, if insert media advertising is good, maybe insert program sponsorship is even better as a revenue builder. Just as many marketers are looking for inexpensive but effective direct response media to reach an increasingly fragmented audiences, so are catalogers using insert programs as a way to build revenue from their targeted databases. In short, more catalogers are allowing a few non-competitive advertisers to ride along, mainly as blow-ins, but also through bind-ins, tip-ons, outserts, and in some cases even on-page advertising. The beauty of insert programs is that while not every cataloger has sufficient product fulfillment volume to sponsor a package insert program, many of those same catalogers may mail millions of catalogs annually to targeted audiences, which makes their reach much more attractive to an advertiser. The typical published rates for catalog package insert programs are about $60 a thousand, while catalog blow-ins are more often in the $30 to $35 range. It's a real bargain, actually, for advertisers, but still can provide good income for you as the sponsor. Since most catalog inserts are blow-ins, the standard size for a catalog insert is generally a multi-panel piece folded to 3.5 by 6 inches, printed on 45-pound stock, and weighing less than 0.1 ounce. And if you don't have the internal resources to manage the program, there are companies that will provide this service for a fee.
Our next idea is called HoloBright Decorative UV Coating. HoloBright is an exclusive state-of-the-art technology that creates a holographic pattern over inks to highlight spot areas, or you can flood coat for an even more dramatic impact. The process lets you design your graphics in imaginative ways while the holographic coating brings the graphics to a whole new and exciting level. Multiple light reflective patterns are available to create the ultimate visual impact. It's more cost-effective than overprinting foil, lamination, or printing on foil board. And it's a great way to make a product or printed piece stand out, or to provide brand and anti-counterfeiting protection. It's fully recyclable and eliminates the use of films and the metallic layer.
Our next to last idea, 3D printing, is really pretty wild if you haven't seen it, and you can go on the internet and see demonstrations of it. I'd recommend that you do so. But in the meantime, let me tell you that 3D printing is a form of additive manufacturing technology where a three-dimensional object is created by laying down successive layers of material. These 3D printers are generally faster, more affordable, and easier to use than other additive manufacturing technologies, and they're really spurring a manufacturing revolution. Advanced 3D printing technologies yield models that can serve as a product prototype. For example, Pixar Studios is using 3D printer technology to create physical replicas of their popular Toy Story 3 characters. They can create a character from an artist's digital file, similar to what you see on the screen in front of you, or by freezing a specific frame from the actual movie. These 3D prints are the most precise replication of the actual characters possible. The 3D printer that makes the Toy Story 3 models uses inkjets very similar to the ones in commercial printers while spraying the ink onto an off-white surface that is similar to plaster. And you can kind of see the types of models you can produce, again, in the slide. Now product developers are going beyond prototypes by using 3D printers to make actual consumer products. These range from lamps to jewelry and a lot of other things. So maybe there's a 3D product in your company's future.
Idea 30. If you think pop and sizzle sells, this paper is a game changer. With extreme coated cover, sorry about that, you're only limited by your imagination. Anything you think of, you can do with this dynamic and versatile two-sided sheet. Whether printing on the gloss side, the silk side, or both sides, extreme coated cover offers excellent printability, performance, and surface consistency. It has a unique coating that won't crack along the creases. It even works great on digital presses. When working with variable data, you can expect outstanding quality and consistency with every run. So fold it, score it, emboss it. No matter how complex the printing finishing process, extreme coated cover is always up to the challenge. Surprisingly, it's both planet and budget friendly compared to our leading coated covers. So this concludes our 30 money-building marketing ideas. I'd like to thank Larry for his work in helping to develop and present the content. If you wish to contact either of us directly, our contact information is shown here. And before we go to the Q&A portion, I would again like to remind you to please complete the post-event survey that will appear at the close of today's event. And now we have time for a few questions. Let's see. Any particular one? Let me start with. How did you arrive at the difficulty factors? I guess I'm going to give this to Larry because he pretty much did that part of it.
Yeah, we looked at a couple of different factors, and one was, would there be a lot of extra steps that you wouldn't ordinarily do? Second consideration was, would there be any design or other complexity that you would have to assume? And then the third was, and we weighted this a little bit less, on the manufacturing side, was it very complex, even though you wouldn't be involved in that part? So that's really how we arrived at the ratings we gave them. Okay.
You mentioned that colored outgoing envelopes produce a greater response rate. Do you mean that the color of the envelope, the text, and or any images, logos that may be part of your design? Mentioned that the colored outgoing produce a greater response rate. Do you mean the color of the envelope, the text, or any image that may be part of your design?
Well, we're looking primarily in that slide of just using a colored envelope and nothing else. It will raise your response rate. Obviously, if you can add other enhancements that work within your design concept, that would take it to an even higher level. But if you do nothing but choose a colored envelope, most studies have shown that your response rates go up.
Okay. If you could only pick one of these ideas to implement, which would it be? I'll have Larry answer, and then I will answer.
I think probably the environmental aspect, making your print more green, represents low-hanging fruit that gives you two benefits and isn't that hard to implement. You get the PR aspect of the environmentally friendly print, but you can really get significant cost savings. And most of it's very doable. You don't necessarily have to make a big investment. So if I were just going to do one, and particularly if my budget were limited, I think it would be that. How about you, Carol?
I kind of like the QR codes. I think those are something that's up and coming, and it's not too hard to implement, and it is very attractive to people. You're seeing more and more of them. The other thing I would suggest would be the digital editions. It's an easy thing for people to do, especially for us to do if we print a person's catalog or their printed piece. We do offer the free basic digital edition, so I think that's pretty simple. Okay. Do you think there are any hidden gems in the ideas you presented? Larry?
Well, I think there are lots of gems in there. I would come back, though, and say maybe the hidden gem, and maybe that's not the right word, is to do the database work. There's just nothing happens in a marketing program unless you have a good database. The better you can enhance it, the more returns you'll get. And I just, time after time, see companies, large and small, with databases that are pretty much a mess. So I think any resources you can devote there will really bring a lot of returns to everything you do. It should be the most fundamental thing to me before you even, embark on any big marketing program.
Okay. I will go to our next question. Idea 27. Please clarify the cost for the blow-in and confirm the $60 per 1,000 is the going rate for inserts. Larry, did you have that information?
Me. That was slide. Let me just get those numbers right back in front of me because they're right here. Here they are. The published rates, and actually I've been in this insert media world myself in past lives, but the typical published rate for catalog package insert programs are about $60 a thousand. So, the package insert is the insert that goes into the actual fulfillment product. Okay, so while a catalog blow-in, you could only get about half that rate at $30 to $35 a thousand. Was there more to that question?
$60 per thousand.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. But the point really was that most catalogers with small to medium size circulation aren't going to have enough volume to do a package insert program, but you can do the catalog insert program.
Okay. Which of the ideas do you think will give you the biggest bang for the buck if you have a limited budget?
I'd probably still go back to my idea of greening your print. I think you can actually get a lot of bang for that. It's not all as visible. Certainly you can promote the PR aspects of it and should. But there's a lot of hidden savings to be gained.
And I, too, would go back to the QR codes being pretty simple to do and trackable, and you can get some really good information from customers. You can also have a QR code go to your video, so you can have people learn a lot about you using QR codes. There's a lot of different ways. So I believe that would be my choice. The other thing would be the personal URLs. I think that's always a good thing to be able to update information from a customer, to get their feedback on something, to offer something. So those would be my two for the biggest bang for your buck. Well, it looks like we're near the end of our time. Any questions that were not answered will be handled offline. I want to again thank my co-presenter, Larry Bauer, for his help with this presentation. We hope it spurred your imagination and gave you some ideas that will increase your marketing ROI. As I noted earlier, a recording of today's event will be available through a link on our website homepage under Events later this week. We want to personally thank you for attending the seminar today. I know it's difficult to break away from your normal workload even for an hour, but I hope we provided information that will help your business make more money. And I apologize for any of the problems that happened at the beginning. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll hope you'll join us again for future events. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you for having me.